Hi everyone. How you are doing today? It's me once again, your host, Lady Fresh. Today I'm going to be talking about jungle justice in Nigeria as it relates to petty thieves and minor offenders. You see, the act of setting people ablaze like a buck of trash have become so rampant and now a norm in Nigeria, whereby you steal a tuber of yam or even a mango and you are literally burnt alive. As in, put a tire on someone's head and pour on fuel as if you're barbecuing a meat. And yet, I do not know what our leaders are saying or doing concerning this barbaric act and savagery. Or is it that you guys don't see what is happening? Or you've all lost your goddamn senses out of being overfed and reaping where you all did not sow? Or is jungle justice now the new entertainment trend on Nollywood latest movie for you all to enjoy? Huh? I can't understand how a society where hunger is a norm and poverty is the emblem by which lots of foundations are laid, and yet the citizens still don't understand the chronicity of the situation, but instead burn their fellow poor citizens alive for stealing something as minimum as food. When their so-called leaders and politicians are still siphoning the national treasury dry with their heartless politics of kleptocracy. Nigerians, have we become a nation of cannibals? Where we now eat ourselves without remorse or empathy amongst ourselves or for the weaker men amongst us? One person falls, who cares? It's -1. Someone is killed or kidnapped, who gives a fuck? It's another -1. What a shame. We have become a people, a nation where human lives have no value and where human rights have totally eluded us. These days, even a toilet paper with shit on it is more valuable than a human being's life in Nigeria. So sad. People are butchering themselves in Lagos as human beings have been slaughtered alive and alive with cutlasses in the name of courtesan. Petty thieves are set ablaze and slaughtered for things as minimum as stealing crayfish or mangoes. Elderly women are beaten, stripped naked, disgraced and paraded for stealing yams and even plantain. Some men even have the audacity and infantry to grind hot pepper and insert it into a girl's vagina because she stole a cell phone. Whereas I have not heard about a confirmed or well-known corrupt leader being punished for once, or to hear that the mansion that they built with stolen funds have been set ablaze. How can we stand for our rights or tumble this corrupt political structure we have with this animalistic mindset embedded in kill, kill, and kill? Huh? With all the videos I have watched concerning animals and animals' kingdom, in National Geographic, for example, from a childhood to adulthood, even as I speak today, not for once have I seen a lion or a tiger eating themselves or killing each other. Never. Even if they are all starving, they don't kill each other. So you can imagine even animals do protect their own and cooperate more than human beings. When will we as a people begin to love ourselves and value our lives? Huh? This barbaric act of an eye for an eye just got to stop. It got to stop now. Every form of criminality or lawlessness should be handed over to law enforcement agencies. That is their job, and that is what they are paid to do. We cannot be taking laws into our hands by killing people indiscriminately, roasting human beings alive regardless the crime they have committed. Excuse me. Well, the big question is our law enforcement prepared to combat 21st century crimes? Do they have the necessary tools and equipment to fight crime and make people safe or keep people safe? These are questions our leaders are supposed to answer. Because back in the day, I remember when NTA 9 o'clock news, which is the national news, used to say 30 million Nigerians watch this news. And 30 million Nigerians can't be wrong. But guess what? That was the time when Fulani henchmen guided their cars with sticks. But now, Fulani henchmen are fully loaded with AK-47. That time was a time too when pastors and imams walked freely all by themselves. Excuse me. Without cars or guards. But now, they all have private jets and an entourage of bodyguards fully armed and ready for war at any given point in time. Again, that time was when you can walk freely as a celebrity and you are not afraid to be kidnapped. Music had meanings and the melody was calm. There was not much money made out of it, but those in it were contented and happy. But now, music is gone wide and violence brings fame. The melodies become crazy and meaningless. There's a lot more money in it now. And as a celebrity, you need security to move around. And at that time in history, babies were born with their eyes closed. Check this out. These days, babies are born with their eyes wide open, and some even come with teeth, and already learned the acts of corruption from their mother's womb. That is how bad things have become. Again, at that point in time, we still had some functioning hospitals and roads were at least drivable. But now, even a dog will not accept to be admitted into any of our hospitals. And now we need canoe to cross erosion flooding our streets, even to get to the next neighbor's house. That time in history, foodstuffs was not cheap, but it was affordable. And people could at least eat 2 meals a day, if not 3. And secondary education was somehow free, and we had electricity, and people could do petty trade by just having a refrigerator at home. Yes. Our youths got education, and those who could not go to college or university or even a polytechnic went to technical schools or went for apprenticeship, for handwork, and some even did farming. Our movies then were our own stories and way of life. We had no internet at that time, so we were not so globalized, and the self-awakening process have not started. However, now we have internet, and now buying into the Western culture where crime and violence takes you to fame. The movies our children even watch are all infiltrated with crime, even up to children's cartoon. Yeah. And folks learn from these movies the techniques of kidnapping and how to disrespect elders and even disrespect their parents. These days, nobody wants to farm anymore or learn handwork anymore. Everybody wants to be a millionaire overnight. From the common man to spiritual leaders to political heads have all become rogues who just want to rip where they did not fucking sow. To make things worse, we are no longer that 30 million Nigerians with not much exposure or crimes to fight. Now we are over 170 million people, of which, if I'm not mistaken, 80% of the population are jobless, with no income of any kind or support from the government. So it's either they burn to ashes anyone who steals the little that they have, or they go stealing themselves and kidnapping whoever or whatever they come across. And even the education or skill trade rate has drastically deteriorated and even got into a stage of inexistence. As technical schools are closed, teacher training colleges and College of Agriculture no longer exist. And where government workers go for months unpaid. A place where dreams and hopes are crushed, shattered and destroyed. Where crime has become the only means of survival. And yet, we all say Nigeria is not safe. How can it be safe? When from the head to the tail of the fish is rotting. Huh? We are fighting 21st century crime with 1970 and 1980 equipments and gadgets. Our government is not moving ahead of its growing and evolving population. Leadership is stagnant while society is evolving. When you have a society that is becoming more technologically savvy, you as a leader must begin to put the right mechanism in place. As technological exposure and development comes with a price, it has its advantageous and disadvantageous side respectively. Yes. We want to fight crime without looking into the causes and how to rectify the problems by asking ourselves why, how, and what. Poverty is at the rise. Hunger and starvation is the order of the day. There is serious anger within the population, especially youths, as people attribute all their calamities, even bad behavior, on the government. And on the other side, is government actually the cause of all our problems as a people? Is government actually the cause of our bad behavior? It is a total disaster and habitation of lawlessness. You just watch it from this side of the world and you say, God, what the fuck is going on there in Nigeria? Huh? At times I thank God. I just give God the glory that lots of people at least have families and relatives, like friends too, in the diaspora, in the West, who enslave themselves here every day to make sure those back home get to eat. If not, this crime wey all of una dey talk say e don take over Nigeria, damn, e for bad. If not be money wey dey come abroad, they pump into that system. E for bad to the extent people for dey put their shoes for their handbags, dey waka with ordinary legs to their destination, because other people wey strong pass them go dey wait for the other end of the street to take the shoes from their hand. E for get red to that extent. We know say things bad, but we cannot take laws into our hands by killing ourselves. Governments got to wake up and rise up to the task. Provide the right tools for law enforcement. Lawmakers have to see to jungle justice, for it does not tell good of us as the people with great values and cultural heritage. Huh? to marry small girls 8 years old wey kata never dry for their nose, small children for not. Now una dey discuss for parliament or for senate. Get to work, man. Get to work. For once, you guys do something tangible. Work for the money you are taking. All this una fat allowance, work for it. Because even to the extent, even the Prime Minister of Canada's salary no reach only una allowance. E no reach una allowance. Na only for Nigeria you go see say they appoint somebody or as a senator. He go carry brocos go back and call the dancer Jasco for streets, and later get the audacity and the infantry to put the video for social media, and people go see the clap, they hallow am. Una don't ever sit down ask una sef whether these senators dem wey dey or people wey dey give appointment wey dey come out come dance remove leg from ground. Una don't ever ask una sef wetin dey make cause that kind of joy. They happy because they finally get the opportunity to help their people, or they happy because every political appointment in Nigeria is seen as an opportunity to become corrupt, to steal and get rich overnight. Nigeria na the only country where politicians fit display their wealth indiscriminately, even when the people they die for corner of hunger and starvation. They go display their wealth indiscriminately, even when they know say their salary and even those fat allowances not reach to afford that luxury. And yet, who dare to ask them or question where the luxurious life come from, or with which money they say they live like king? The system is a total catastrophe. And if I continue to point out the negativity, it go be like say I dey over dey flog the situation. So I'm not trying to, it's not like I'm trying to catastrophize the situation more than what it already is. All I am trying to say is do something fast concerning jungle justice in Nigeria, for the barbarity of it is a shame and disgrace to modernity and civilization of mankind. Yes. Do something about it. The world is watching. Folks, the world is watching. 21st century, that you just see human beings stand, they just put fuel on top of them, burn them to ashes. Even it bad to the extent that cow meat self, you go dey sorry for the cow wey get the meat, you no go want roast them as barbecue. But back home, they roast people for this present life. Naked women, no matter the crime, naked them. They parade them. Come on! Do something about this, for it's getting out of hand, and we are totally ashamed of this barbarity and animalistic attitude you guys are displaying. It just gotta stop. Something has to be done about it. I look at videos circulating all over social media of people cutlassing themselves as if they are cutting wood. Come on, you all. Wake up! This just got to stop. This savagery got to stop. Lawmakers get to work. Enact a law to put an end to jungle justice. Jungle justice of any kind. Enact a law. Put in a policy to put an end to this wickedness of human beings. Once again, I want to say thank you to everyone for listening, and most especially for those who have supported, liked, and followed my page so far. I want you to know I love you. And I appreciate you so, so much. May God Almighty bless you all. And please, always remember that if you're not part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. Thank you, folks. Thank you for your support and thank you for your time. God bless you all and God bless Africa. Peace. Thank you.